Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
Goodness, it's been so long since I streamed. Okay. I streamed for a week straight and then I forgot how to do it. How's it going, y'all? Welcome. Flame of War is here. He is a nice person. I love me some Flame of War. He's such a bro. I got my Fanta. I'm drinking a Fanta on stream. It's not going to be the entire stream, but I mean, it could be. That's what the people want. Hey, Isaac. Good to see you. Oh, that's a good one. Void of love with you, okay, goodbye. Okay, the silly fox. It's interesting message. That's right, Fanta stream. We're hitting the Fanta. It was my son's birthday recently. I don't usually drink soda, but we have so much left over. And I don't like if I have like something that I don't want like necessarily around, it's like I'll just indulge in it while it's here, and then once it's gone, I'm not ever buying soda again. So till the next birthday or whatever. But all right, we're gonna get right into it. We're doing some animation. For episode 3, we have been working on further optimizing our animation process. So now, previously what would happen is like I would assign out shots and I'd be like, this is a shot you're working on. Do what you gotta do what you gotta do. You know? And then like, you know, they would send it back to me and I'd drop it into Unreal. In the process that I have that process refined enough now to where I can make like a lightweight Unreal Engine project, send it to all the animators, and they can work on the same timeline as me. So they can click in and do whatever they want. So they already have everything pre-set up for them as well, which will make things faster and more frictionless for them, which is cool. So we still have to like export the animations, and then I got to bring them back in, but they can at least work in the context of the level and stuff, at least like a crude version of the level. And then, and they have everything already set up for them. And then, the next step that we want to figure out is how can they work on something on that timeline, push it to me, I see it, I say that's approved, and I accept it, and it just goes into my project. That's like the next thing that we want to figure out for future episodes. But for now, we're in a pretty decent spot. So now that we have everything set up, we have animators squared away. They're working on some stuff. I'll be recording some mocap tomorrow. We're getting voice actors in. This is like the first time that we're doing it a little bit inverted. So there's like the whole film exists right now. And now we're bringing in voice actors to see how it goes, giving them the full context of what the scene is. Because that's been something that's been a little bit confusing on the last 2 episodes and on For Liberty. Whoa. I don't know if that was lightning or what. Something flashed outside my window. I think it was lightning. I've been getting some dry storms. But so this next step is to take what I was saying about voice actors. So in the past, it's been like a little difficult to contextualize, like, this is what you're doing, this is where you are, that kind of thing. And it's worked out like pretty well so far, but even in like the first versions of the Play Blast, when like the environments aren't even built or anything yet, people are like, it takes a little bit till they're like, oh, that's what I was doing. And so I want to see if we can do it a little bit differently here to see if it helps, or is it just like a part of the process that's like, it's just better to have more generalized communication or whatnot. We'll see. I will say it was really nice way back on New Frontiers. There were a couple of instances where I had environments built and I would show actors. There was like a father-daughter duo. They voiced 2 of the characters. And I was like trying to explain, like, this is where you'll be and this is what you're doing. And then I was like, wait a second, I can just pull up Unreal Engine and show you exactly where you're at. And so I did that, and they were like, oh, like, we get it, like, we see it, it's so cool. And I was like, all right, like, that's definitely the way to do that. Speaking of New Frontiers, apparently it's been like, I don't know if something happened or is going on with Titanfall or what, but there's been a lot of people watching it because I've been getting lots of comments from it specifically. It's been really cool to watch. I do always love when somebody watches it for the first time and they comment on like every episode as they're watching it in real time. And so I always get the like, you named episode 2 No Casualties. That's so cruel. That kind of thing. But yeah, so all right, I'll quit my yapping. I've been yapping for too long. Let's get into some animation. It's gonna be like that COD Ghost mission. It'll be, you'll see. Are you playing the bug front? Nice. Hi, Grape. Welcome. All right. Let's get into this. So what I did prior to this stream was I have animators, like I mentioned, working on certain shots and whatnot. But something I did prior was I was trying to get things working, and some of you may remember this from a couple weeks ago, where basically I was like trying to set it up so I could be the character in the level and run around. We did it for episode 1, worked great. Tried to do it in episode 3, everything broke. So I opted to just record the motion matching animations in a different project, and then I just imported them into here just by watching the play blast and being like, I need a shot like that. I need a shot like this. So that's what we're going to start working with. And we should be able to get through a decent chunk. Oh, I opened up the wrong scene. Never fear. Here we go. All right. So we'll be doing a few things for this later on too. Why is there sparks flying around? Oh, we have broken systems. Hold up. Oh my word. No. Let me reset these real fast. There we go. It's like, why is there so much random stuff coming? That would be why. Never fixed. All right. Hey, Reeves. What's up? What's up? It is some weird looking rain. We got it figured out, though. We got it figured out. What? Oh, I haven't retargeted these. That would be smart of me to do. Teehee. To be fair, the way that I was planning on doing this, it should have been pretty straightforward, but it's fine. Let's just see, how does it do. Oh my goodness, so many animations that come with this. I want the ones that I recorded, which are so small on this list in comparison. So there, I'm running around. I'm taking this. I'm taking it with me. So we'll retarget all these. I don't usually use this method of retargeting. I like to build my own retargeter. But I am thinking these will retarget okay. Motion matching. Generalized info for VAs can be useful. It opens it up for them to interpret, and sometimes they can drop it in a way you never thought of. But with the exception of episode 3, we always sent them a storyboard or blocked out animatic. Yeah, and that's what we're working on here is what they'll get is a blocked out animatic. I've always liked to give, like, and to be fair, I've never done it this way, so I'll be interested to see how it goes. But I always like to give, like, the VAs some room to just do their thing, and then, like, if they, for the same reason you're kind of bringing up, where it's like, oh, like, they kind of did this, and that adds, like, you know, this different beat or whatnot. And usually we'll go through and, like, you know, whatever they first record, that'll go into, like, the first animatic storyboard. And it does make it, you know, easier for obviously doing, like, motion capture and stuff. But we'll do that, and then like, as we work on the film, if they want to re-record something, or if the animation changes a little bit, like, we'll work through it with them for re-recording. But this is, like, the first time that we're like it's just my voice throughout the whole thing, and it's like shot for shot, beat for beat, like, this is what's happening. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I think it'll be a good experience all around. Yo, what's up, Jonah? It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. Why do I like watching plot yapping even though I don't know what he's talking about 60% of the time? Isaac, that is one of life's great questions. It's like the ultimate. But why? Oh, goodness. Fanta's hitting. Okay, so I did not think this part through. This is, like, rookie-ish for me. Wonder if I can set... Where's our boy? Let me see if I can hack this real quick. Where's your foot? This is something I started experimenting with. Edit. How do I do this again? No. I thought it was this way. When in edit mode, you can move the... Oh. And then I move it. Yes. The pivot is just so far over. That's what it is. This is a cool newer feature in Unreal. It helps when you're animating, like, objects that like, don't have skeletons or anything. But you essentially... This one is proven a little bit more difficult to line up. You can have it to where now I can move this and have that act as if it is the world position. But it's this temporary point that I can get homeboy set up with. So now I gotta remember where he spawned from initially, because that would be good to know. Good to know. I'm honestly kind of surprised you're streaming after a week of streaming and then going through auditions the last couple days. Definitely dedicated to this project. I'm dedicated to making it happen. I am not I'm totally forgetting where I am or what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, it's I'm trying to think of like the best way to like explain it. But essentially, like, you know, there's, without being like sounding like a grind set influencer, but to a certain degree, it's like I have to, you know, be willing to do it even when I don't want to. Maybe not don't want to is the right word, but it's like, you know, the second you start letting up on it is the second the project starts to go away or slip or whatever. I need to figure out where the camera is. Where the fwig are you, camera? There we go. So now, actually, if I toggle this, it keeps my pivot. I was way off, by the way. But yeah, like, you know, you just have to keep doing it, even. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! No! 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 Why would I do this to myself? Rah! Shoot! Flame, you distracted me. It's okay. I can't be mad at you, Flame. Brrr. I do use motion capture. This animation specifically, jeez Louise. I did with motion matching in another project, and I'm bringing over to here. Okay. So now the camera should be somewhere over here. Allegedly. All right. Okay. So there's the camera. There's where it's pointing. He's under the camera right now. This is not a very optimized way to work. Here we go. It's pulled over. Pull it up. There we go. I found him. Okay. We have reached the general vicinity of where we're supposed to be. It's 2:25 in the morning. Brother, you need to sleep. Don't do what I do. Okay, so I think we're literally just gonna set this. Oh, shoot. Beep. Delete. Because we don't even see the foot contact with the ground. So I think we need to just set that and then just change this camera. Keep it pointed at our boy. I think we might be we're too wide of a focal length now on this shot. I'm gonna change that to maybe a 65. Oh. I've lost the plot. So he definitely runs like further than he did in the animatic, but this is an actual recording of running, so at least game running. So I'll take it. I think he's supposed to have a gun. Yeah, what the heck? There's supposed to be a gun in his hands. And it's gone. Where'd you go? His gun is gone. Looks like it was in his hand. But now it's not. Please come back home. Oh, I wonder what that book is about. Yo, we got Cliff Richards in the house. Welcome, man. Good to see you. Alright, so I got that shot. This shot, like, could be similar animation attempt, but I'll probably mocap that. This... We can throw that running animation and take a different part of it. He's gonna disappear. We're gonna go find him. He's way out there. What the heck? We're above the clouds though, that's cool. See ya, Reeves. I was considering using the like the crowd plugin again. To do like the bugs, but I don't think there's gonna be like enough justification in the shots in this episode. I kind of found that with episode 2. There was like a certain degree where I was like, this is cool, but it's hard for me to come up with a like a reason. Like there was obviously a couple of shots where it totally worked. But there was a little bit where I was like, did I need it? Maybe not. It was still super nice of Charlie to give that to us for free, though. So watching this, like I have an idea of what's going on, or will ever do this. Hey, sometimes it's just cool to watch. Alright. So we should probably just temporarily pivot our homeboy. Dang, that got way closer than I thought. Sick. All right. So now I need to figure out where the camera is. Camera's over here. So if we go back in, we'll turn on our temporary pivot. Make sure it's in pose mode. And bring them this way. Hey, look, we're becoming pros now. We're so much better at this than our first attempt. He does do something a bit silly there. So let's change that. Switch to unlit mode so you can kind of see where his feet are kind of supposed to be. I'll delete that transform. How he do that? You summon Mad Dog? Let's go. Let's get Mad Dog up in here. What's nice about these shots is the camera can't see his feet. So his body's got the appearance of contact. But his feet aren't really touching the ground as much as as much as they should be. Just gotta fake it. You'd be shocked at how often people's feet aren't touching the ground in my films. It is not an uncommon occurrence. I applied for the voice acting and recorded it on my Nokia and sent it to the thing. Interesting. I opened up Star Wars Squadrons for the first time in ages last night. Literally had to blow the dust off the joystick and throttle. But man, finding the game is so good. Noise. I haven't played that game in a long time. Something I am excited about playing at some point whenever I get a life is the Assassin's Creed Resynced Black Flag that came out today or yesterday or whenever. See, now we can pretend like, oh, his boots are almost touching the ground. I'll probably add like some real life camera shake as well to make it more convincing. That's not too bad. He just needs to be running. Well, now that this animation is in here, I can affect it a little bit. So like, let's say I wanted kind of when he stands up here to go into like before he crouches down. Maybe this part of him slowing down. Ah. Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Is anybody out there? Does anybody matter? I must be against something huge. Yeah, I guess I'm against that fog card. We'll just come in close. Let's say I wanted to, like, have him almost look back. Like, are those bugs still there? I can't lose these guys. They won't leave me alone. But I can add a little bit of like slight turn back. And then he's back into it. And now that feels a little bit better than just his head being directly to the ground. Maybe we have him hold his head back a little bit longer and have it be the last thing that ducks down. And then maybe his spine. Kind of the same thing, but they can be a little bit more dodged forward. So he springs into it a little bit. Then that combined with, like, you know, when his cape is moving and stuff, that should feel pretty good. I'm also going to be trying for this one, maybe if you raise the cam a little bit more so you cannot see his feet for a few frames here. Yeah, I'll be adjusting all that. What's up, Strider? I'm not doing the camera work yet. I'm just kind of focusing on getting the animation on the character for these specific shots, which I suppose I should probably mark as I go in my handy dandy spreadsheet. But yeah, when I do the camera, what I'll do, let me grab my iPhone. Actually, you guys want a demo? Because, like, you could just watch me do the same thing over and over again. Or I could show you, like, some cool stuff. Let me show you some cool stuff. Let me switch to a lighter weight level, so it's not as crazy. I'll show you what I'll do for the camera. I swear if it works on stream the first time, that's gonna be crazy. We got more craziness happening over here because this system does not like to cooperate. Okay. Alright. Let me show you the kicks. What we're gonna be working on doing. This should be set up from the last time that I did it. Oh, do I need to enable the plugin? I'm gonna have to do it eventually anyways. So let's go see plugins. I'm pretty sure Live Link is already set up, but we'll do Live Link Hub and Live Link Camera. All right, let me restart the engine, and then I can show you, and it would be kind of cool. Is that some Fanta I see you drinking there? It is. You were drinking your Dr. Pepper, and now I'm drinking Fanta. Yummy, yummy. It was my kid's birthday party, and so we have soda in the house. And rather than just like have it live in the house forever, I'd rather just like drink it while it's here and get rid of it. And then go back to my regularly scheduled black coffee and water diet. Strictly. Waiting for Unreal Engine to restart. You got your democracy now. Nice, nice. Ugh. I usually drink coffee, but I'm trying to drink it less and less late. You know? My little soda pop. You're all I can dream of. Every drop I drink up. You're my soda pop. My little soda pop. 10 out of 10. Banger movie. Alright. We're back in it, chat. Well, now this should be in here. Maybe. There we go. Alright, so we have this. What's this? Ag. Let's retry this again. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. So I can use my phone as a camera controller. Press and slide to activate joysticks. Oh, it's running me through the tutorial. Pinch to zoom. 2 fingers pressed to teleport. Oh goodness, I did not like that. Jeebus, where'd we go? I want to be able to see again. What the hank? We're in the walls. We're in the walls. Oh my word. This is like, it's simultaneously one of the cool things and one of the annoying things in Unreal. What needs to be a thing is you just take this and you could probably set it up this way. But like mount this to an Xbox controller so you can actually pilot the camera and then just get the handheld shake. Right. But, so, I'm just gonna, there's a way. What's in the way to get back home again? I can change the camera settings. You hit the focus. So I can be like, you know, focus on this rock. And I'm gonna pan up and I want to focus over there. Wow, it didn't. It's not getting focused. It's just like a real camera. Let me focus it by hand. What's crazy too is you're actually watching me. You're watching what I'm doing on the phone entirely, so everything I'm touching on my screen is what you're watching right now. Let me make my screen bigger so you can see it a little bit more. But so what I can do, so this is how this is how we did the camera in what's it called? Room 24, the Red Dead Redemption short. This is how we did the camera there. Which I wonder if I can pick it up. In engine. I cannot. That's okay. And it can be a little bit cumbersome, but like getting the realistic camera movement is nice. But what I've been doing is I'm glad I'm not the only person that stims a song or movie quote in every conversation while I'm working. Yeah, no, that's me all of the time. But what I've been doing is like I'll drop in the camera and I'll do essentially this. I'll be like, all right, you know, here's my camera. Let me. Maybe I should set that back to auto. Auto exposure again, please. I take it back. I want you to do auto exposure. But what I'll do is I will record just like some handheld motion, turn that into keyframes, and then I can apply that to any camera. So I could be like, okay, this is just like a shot where I'm like just trying to hold the camera still and film. But there's always going to be a little bit of jitter in it, right? But then it's like, I need to chase that guy, and I can record some chasing motion, right? And then it's like, I need to like, you know, be on the side of a hell pod, and it's like, you know, that kind of thing. There's a lot of cool application for it. If you go like, if we had more time on certain things, I would 100% like, there's some really cool stuff you can do if you put it in VR, because you can get so immersed in what you're doing, but it's very discombobulating. It's not really safe. You kind of want to have somebody there to be with you. But yeah, so we can use this to look around and stuff. This has been a feature in Unreal for a while, and you just need an iPhone. So I bought this iPhone just to do stuff in Unreal, because there's certain things you used to only be able to do with an iPhone. Now there's other options. iPhone still kind of tends to be the best, but I just picked this up off of Amazon for like $200 a few years ago. It's an iPhone 12. But yeah, it's always a lot of fun to look around and stuff. And when the actors are in there, it's cool. I need to see, and like, because of our workflow, I think the thing that would be like nicest, and I maybe it's like a toggle or a box or something, but if I could have a scene play out and just be able to like sit there with the camera and record it a few times and then be like, I really like that take, you know, and just like have it run that way. But right now, the way you record things in Unreal Engine, as far as I know, it just runs to the end of it and then it stops. But I'm willing to bet there's a way to figure out how to make it loop. But all right, I'm going to shut this off because this does get taxing on the iPhone battery. So we'll get that closed out. And I forget how to push that button. Oh my word. We're stuck in the virtual camera. Disabled. Whew. All right, now we're out of it. But yeah, like I suppose. I mean, let's do a little bit of practice real quick. So in theory, this were like set up in the world. Then I hit enable. I just haven't played with it that much in a while. And like when I have, I get like overstimulated. As you can see, that can happen really easily. But let's try this. See, this is what I don't like. Is now it's on its side. It's like I wanted to be looking over there, but now I'm not over there. And I wish there were just easier, like, because it's almost impossible to control on the phone. The phone controls actually kind of suck. Oh. Well, that was easy. That was easy. Is that like a pivot lock? Oh, it is. But yeah, now I need to figure it out more. Because, you know, ideally I could just like get this more shit to my knees. What's this? New clip plane. Overlays, lenses. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that button. Oh wait, no, that's the button that's on the side. So those are the locks. Sorry, now you're just like watching me experiment. It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, so like I can pilot the camera okay. But it's like, what if I don't want to be in this orientation? I want to be like this. And I don't want to film vertically. But you guys get the idea. I wonder. I'm gonna try one more thing. Rah. What happens if I just reset the rotation? Because the location tends to be like one of the more important things. What happens if I set it like this? Right, so it's pointing at the ground. Then if I hit enable, AR tracking unavailable. Okay. Get out of there, bookmark 2. Okay, so it's starting to work better. But yeah, I really just need to, ideally, I need to get like an Xbox controller or something. Because if I could just hook it up and move around with joysticks and then have this mounted to the Xbox controller, that's a best of all worlds. But all right, we'll be done experimenting. Guess what? I'm going to do like one other shot that I wanted to do, and then I think I'm going to call it. I'm going to delete this out of my level for now, though. I was wondering how you did the cam shake on your animations. It works. Yeah, so that's like that's definitely the more advanced way. There's a way to do like just in engine animations that like like camera shake and stuff that are good. I usually do like an extra layer in DaVinci Resolve, because even with the iPhone it's not perfect, but to get like natural looking handheld motion, it gets pretty close. And then if you add like micro jitter in DaVinci Resolve, you can make it feel really nice. Let's jump over this level. I got one animation I want to do, and then I think we'll call it a night on stream. I gotta get some stuff to other animators too. If you ever want to use an optical mocap virtual camera, I got a spot. We use LiveLink for our cinematics. Of course, you'd have to come to Michigan. Unfortunately, I'm not near Michigan. But I do appreciate it. I would love to get like just a better all around system set up. There are a number of things that I wanna build and set up that I think would be pretty cool. I think that's gonna be like my, like once we're done with like the first set of episodes, then just have like a, okay, like what's like our ideal wish list of things. Part of it being just like where will technology be at that point, and then how can we you know, like make it work. So like the LiveLink camera, for example, if they just fix some of the quirks, that'd be cool. But like if, you know, if it is just like, okay, just get an Xbox controller and drop the phone on top of it, you know, that could also be a solution. A lot of our animators have been using the new video mocap in Unreal, and they're really liking it. I feel like that's going to develop a lot more. I kind of made a prediction. I was a little bit wrong because somebody was asking me, but I feel like we're not too far off from it. Where you'll be able to, at some point, film somebody in real life with an iPhone, film them doing whatever, and whether they have a webcam on their face or it just uses what's coming from the phone, what the phone can see, you'll be able to film somebody and have it like run entirely in Unreal on just a phone. You can already do that, but I think you'll be able to do it on just a phone here pretty soon. Also, you did summon Mad Dog. That's amazing. Yeah, if they just built a base station to tell the phone where it would be, is nice. I'm trying to remember Markerless video mocap, and they're getting good quick. Yeah, the one in Unreal is really good. I'm very impressed by it. We were using Marionette a little bit for episode 2. The thing for us is like most of those services are cloud-based, and we cannot do that. We would not be able to afford the show if we did that. I use a Rococo suit a lot of time, and Rococo's been amazing through the years, but my suit is just whacked. When it works, it's wonderful. When it doesn't, it's very frustrating. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna do this shot because I think it's cool. Does this have the falling rocks? It does. $40,000 XN suit win. Dog, there have been so many times where I'll be like troubleshooting with my Rococo suit, and I'll be like, have they by chance dropped the price of an XN suit? It's like, nope. What the heck? Why is it only giving me these animations? You're a metahuman, are you not? Aren't you a metahuman, my boy? I'm just gonna, once again, I feel like this just tends to be better for retargeting animations. I feel like it's a better way to view it and stuff too. I know I'm just kind of like rambling, but oh my. If you drink enough Jim Beam, you get natural camera shake. That's crazy. That's a crazy sentence. Alright. So we'll drop that into the source. And then I usually have to delete all these. There is a weird bug. We'll align all bones. Add default. The cape's all sorts of places. Oh, does it already have some of these? Oh, it has them like in one spot. That's good to know that like exists though. I actually do wonder if like it would help with this next one, because I really need the motion more than the actual placement. You know what, we'll just export everything. Retarg. We'll do the same change. Also add a suffix just in case. Another cool thing when you have people put on the suits, it makes it so whatever movement you make IRL the character makes, I think it's called motion capture. Yep, that's what I do. That's what I do with the Rococo suit, is the motion capture. So I don't do anything live link into it because it doesn't look good, and I don't know why people are so obsessed with like the Rococo suit specifically, of like, oh, I want to be able to do motion capture on my character in Unreal Engine Live and like stream it. And like if you're like doing a VTuber or something, it makes sense, but like just record your mocap, clean it up in Rococo Studio, let their algorithms handle it, and then bring it in. It always looks so much better. Okay. So oh, so there is something like super broken in the blueprint. It's like, nah, fam. Your stuff is gone. That is so weird. I wonder if... I add it here instead. Let's test this game theory. I actually literally need this gun to be out. Not on his back, but I was just gonna hide it in the specific animation. Yeah, apparently that's the issue. Okay, that's weird. That's gonna be kind of annoying. But okay. Okay, I'm going to have to fix this for a number of things, so I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. But I just found out that these all need to be on a different mesh, but that shouldn't matter. So I wonder if something with the clothing system on these models broke it. Because they're all using the same skeleton. Love your stuff. Your animations help me get 2 of my friends into Helldivers. You releasing new stuff is like my Super Bowl dog. Aw, thank you, Zachary. That's so awesome. I love to hear that. I love that I make stuff that people can enjoy. Entire episode where everyone is T-posing would awaken the ancient internet. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so this should be... I said I wasn't going to worry about it, and then I was like, that gave me anxiety. So now I'm worrying about it. I'm just like, I can do this real quick. Even though I'm on stream right now, I can do it real quick. Yeah, the grenades were tweaking out. And I guess now it makes sense, is because they were being constrained to the wrong mesh. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. Because they, like... should have just been like any like a single spot thingamajig. Sorry, I'm totally blanking. Yeah, they shouldn't have like they should all just be connected to the body and still work, but for some reason they need to be connected here. Which is, it is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. It just needs to be done. You know? It's like I need to take those one at a time and line them back up. That's okay. That makes sense. Me acting like I know what's going on. Yeah, I don't really know why it happens like that. I need to like seriously do a very deep dive on all things having to do with characters and blueprints. Because I've been using blueprints to like set characters up for years. But I'm kind of like I'm kind of doing like exactly what I'm doing here, where I'm like, to me it just makes sense to have like your little area where you set up your character and throw all their equipment and stuff together. But I know there's probably like so much more that I could do that I just don't even know about. That is like 90% of Unreal Engine. It's like, I think I know how to do this. Cool. There we go. He's put back together again like Humpty Dumpty. Some Gmod sorcery. I don't know if it's Gmod, but... Alright, let's see what kind of slides we got. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. I remember I was running and trying to get like a good lengthy slide. So he needs to be going into the slide at the very beginning of the shot. Maybe I just need to find a different slide. That one feels pretty good. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. My computer then glowed up. All right. Whoa, that's new. Huh. Oh, we're going to do this with the global position. I can already tell. I'll tell you what. He's sliding more than your average COD player. That's right. I actually forgot that sliding is a thing in COD. Sliding only exists in Titanfall in my mind. Also, the physics are not going to make sense, but it will look cool. It just needs to look good to camera. Then we'll have that just go into... There we go. Insert epic music. Exactly. He hits that epic music. He's on a very slippery piece of ground, yeah. So then what we'll do... So we'll set a keyframe for everything on either end. We're gonna do a couple quick things. Let me restart the music. I let the music die out. Killed the vibe. Caught a vibe. Did that just for you, Cliff. Let's go. It's so funny because I have a folder that like haunts me called PP Weapons. And it's from the Polar Patriots War Bond. I didn't think about it, but it's the textures that are part of the weapons material that I use. And so it haunts me, it follows me around, the PP weapons. I'm like, no, I didn't mean for this to happen. Alright, let's make a quick little control rig for this shotgun. Let's see here. We want the boss. We want the hammer left and right. We want the trigger. We want the brake lever. We want the barrel pivot. We don't need the ejector. We don't need the shell. Yeah, that should be enough. You guys want to know something like crazy? Has everybody here played or at least know what Mecha Chameleon is? It's a very fun game. Me and my wife play it. It's like a slop game, like a friend slop game. Kind of new indie gaming terminology. Tons of fun. It's hide and seek, but you can paint yourself to camouflage with the level. It has sold. It was like 2 devs that made it. Oh, it's so fun. It was like 2 guys that made it, and it has sold 15 million copies in like 3 weeks, which is insane. These guys, I'm pretty sure it was 2 devs. threw together this like dumb game for just like them to be like, ah, we made a thing. Right? 3 weeks later, game is probably done like 100 million in revenue. If Steam takes, I don't know how much Steam takes, but like even if they took 30% of that, 70 million split between two people is bonkers. The game, like when it came out, was like $4 because it was on sale, and then it like reverted back to $6. But yeah, no, it's crazy. For each, so get transform. No. Oh no. At get transform. Set transform. Element into item, index into index, play into play. And solves. And these are too big. Just take all of these and there we go. Exactly. It's just a fun, simple game. I really like I know like a lot of people are like upset about the gaming industry right now. I actually kind of like the position of like the big blockbuster games being in like the studio hands, and then like the games you want to play with your friends being in kind of up to indie folks. Like I think that's a good rhythm for now. Twiggle. Let's go to see how you do this stuff, but I gotta go. I can't wait to see this video when it's done. Planned release date for episode 3. We are anticipating, this is gonna sound crazy, but I've been called crazier things before. We are planning by the end of this month, if not a little bit before. I think with some of our system changes, we're in a really good place. And we need to get production like fully back on track. So I think it's I'm pretty certain it's doable now that we have the big things in place. But yeah, that's what we're thinking. Because episode 2 just ended up eating so much of our plan time, partly due to the sheer number of characters. It was tough to juggle. There we go. That moves. Then we'll take all this. But as we've been refining things more and more, certain parts of the process have sped up, and it's allowing me each time to go in and say, okay, which parts of the process are still too slow, and then we adapt to that. Double freedom. So part of it is like what I just finished with the animatic. That takes a lot of time, and we need to figure out some options to make that faster. And then the other thing that is we should rewatch Red versus Blue. YouTube got mad at me every time I watched Red versus Blue on stream. What was I going to say? But yeah, just like this idea of, you know, getting our processes more and more dialed. Like, we're getting there, and it's going well, and as we figure out what things need to be eliminated or changed, it's helping speed up the process, which has always been the plan. It's just cool when it's like, oh, like, now we're actually able to do these things. Like, for example, all of the animators having the actual project to work with is pretty significant. Because in the past the projects have just been ginormous, and I was still refining like how our cinematics as a pipeline worked. But once we move you know, into the following episodes, we're just going to keep being in a better and better place for continuing productions. That's a lot of bugs. Not for him. So this is how the magic happens. Yee yee. This is where it's at. Okay, so a couple of quick things we need to change on his rig. His left arm needs to be an IK. This is how the cheese happens. We're going to move the constraints window off screen. Okay, so now basically what we're going to do is reposition him for the shot. How long does it take to make 10 minutes of animations? I've always wanted to try animation, but never found the time. The fastest way to make 10 minutes of animation is to make 10 frames of animation. And then do that over and over and over again. I get a lot of questions about like people being like, oh, you do it. It must be easy. And it's like, no, I'm just crazy. I'm just kind of off my gourd, you know? Like, no matter how easy I make it look, rest assured, it ain't. But I mean, if you want like a pragmatic answer, you know, we make these films pretty quick when you're watching them. Like, we're creating them very, very fast. But that's for a few different reasons. There are different things that like just in like building out this pipeline and stuff. And this kind of goes back to Flame's comment earlier, where it's just like, you know, for me, it's like with the way that the film industry is right now, it's like it is such a like, you know, like how are you going to define the next steps of your career? And it's like, you know, like I don't need to like I don't think AI generating something is like a career that I want. You know, that doesn't sound too appealing to me. That's where a lot of the industry is headed for, especially for like, you know, people who don't want to learn like these skills, but it's like, okay, can I build something that can combat with that and keep my job safe? And so as I've been building out my knowledge set around Unreal for the last few years and whatnot, it's become more and more just about like, you know, how do I continue to set myself apart? Because like, you know, I don't think there's anything particularly thrilling about pulling up to a job where it's like, hey, can you generate these, you know, refrigerator tutorial videos? Real thing I've been asked at work. And it's like, or we could like figure out something better, you know. And that's part of what I'm doing. Is figuring out, you know, what is the better, what is the faster way? How can you still have like the creative things but make the whole process move differently? Oh, I know it's hard. Huge respect to you, man. I don't think I could now, but maybe sometime soon. There is no better time than right now. Download you some Blender and get to cooking. especially right now. I feel like Blender has just added a lot of great things recently that I would highly recommend learning it. Blender is fantastic. I just figured this stuff out in Unreal first. So say like right here is where he needs to shoot. Whoa. That got two whoas. This is like a great example, though, of using like what Unreal has to offer, and it's like just putting it out there on the table. I think that's like my biggest thing. Is like these tools and everything, like they are out there for you to use. So this is like a good example of like the using Unreal's motion matching. Combined with just like everything I've learned about using their stuff for animation. Like, obviously is like it's just using the combo of those things. So for example, like with this slide, it's like I could spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours animating this slide and whatnot. And it's like, but I'm working in a game engine. So like if I can just use this project that already has a slide set up, so it at least gets the motion of transitioning from a run to a slide and then back out of that. And now I'm just focused on the animation that doesn't exist for that, which is rifle up, boom into one bug, boom into another bug. It's like that makes my life so much easier. I keep grabbing this fog card and it's bugging me so much. I will say one of the hands down the greatest decisions we've ever made is fully integrating into the metahuman pipeline. So I think what we might do here is because I really want to do the action of him switching which barrel it's coming from, but I think we need to do that in a separate animation. So what I'll do first here is I'll take it from being over here. Boom. Don't you do it each time you fire the shotgun? Don't you? I thought that was the animation game. Because you are right, like the actual breach should be to just like open it and load. No, just to pen the thing. Interesting. I thought for sure it just switched that in the game. Just open. So maybe we'll leave it then. We'll leave it just like it is. Alright. Let me grab the... What's the name of this shot? It's getting about time for me to go to bed. I'll get a decent chunk done tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day to work on this stuff. Double freedom. By one. And then I'll do the same. Bake animation sequence. Oh, I used to like crush at clay shooting. It is a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a good while. Alright, so now in theory, should be able to do that. And that. Now we just need to add animations to the bugs, which is super duper 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 easy. If we can find pre-made animations that work with that from the game. So I think this is a good starting one for Homeboy. And then he'll get shot. So let's find a... Oh, these were all the simulations I did where they all fell. Ha ha ha. You'll find out what that means later. Bugs falling from the sky. This one might actually work with how fast we're going to go past it. Actually, this one might be better. Why don't we just do them both? One for each, right? We gotta reposition them a little bit. And again, like I mentioned before with like the camera and stuff, we'll do, you know, that more in depth later. Make it look all realistic and stuff. This one we can probably speed up a little bit. And then we'll find just a good animation we like. Ideally, it's just like one where they stay in the same spot. Morning, Ghosty. Good to see you. Good to see you. We'll just have that one repeat. That feels pretty good for the time being. Obviously, like, all the effects and stuff need to be added in there. I don't love the way this one is falling right now, though. Maybe we see it. There's just a different option for it. To fall or get knocked back. Why is it so dramatic? You know? It's like, come on, bro. You got shot. Chill out. Actually, this might work better if it goes off screen. Then this is what we'll do. We'll do a little sneaky. We'll split. We'll slow this part way down. And then we'll just rotate them slightly. Then, yeah, I think with the effects, camera shake, all that. Yeah, we'll hide the leg a little bit more. Maybe I can apply a rig and animate it off. But that's feeling a lot better. Sick. All right, that feels pretty good. I feel good with that as a stopping point. I got a couple things I need to get done, but then tomorrow I'll be doing more motion capture, some animation stuff. We'll be working on getting voice actors set up and all that fun jazz. Look how many flies there are in the shot. There are lots of flies in this episode. But, all right. Thank you all for watching. It's been fun to get back to one of these streams. And looking forward to the next one. We'll see how far along we are at that point. That'll be interesting to get a read on. But, all right. I hope everybody has a wonderful, 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 wonderful night. I'll see ya. I'm sleepy. Peace out.